In moving from a corporate executive to becoming an entrepreneur, because I think a lot of these women in this room are thinking about that or have done that. Yeah. What is your best advice? And I want you to mention one thing that I love, which is play in traffic.
Yeah, yeah. My best advice is you'd better feel truly passionate about what you're going to do. Because it is, I've said it and it's true, it's harder to be an entrepreneur than it is to run Merrill Lynch. And I know because I've done both. I mean, I was up this morning at 2 a.m. thinking about this, working through this. So you have to be passionate to get you through it. You have to be willing to work extremely hard. And on things that, in my case, I haven't worked on in 15, 20 years, the types of things we're doing. So really get your hands dirty. And to your point, everywhere and always play in traffic. That if you are head down, not out there, not talking about what you're doing, not going to a conference like this, if nobody knows what you're doing, it doesn't count. And I think that can be hard for us as women to share what we're up to try to establish a personal brand. Now, I'll tell you the truth. I think you and I share this. I'm an ambivert. You would think, I thought you were an extrovert till I read that about you. You'd think in a minute I'm an extrovert. I had to go back to my room during lunch because I had to just like take a few minutes and sort of decompress. But I push myself to do it because the returns on it are so high. So one final thing about connections, the way that I got to my co-founder of Ellevest was because I happened to sit next to Arthur Levitt on a plane, the former chair of the SEC, a handful of years ago. I said, "You're Arthur Levitt." He said, "You are?" I said, "I'm Sallie Krawcheck." We had a connection, Sandy Weil. Over the years, Arthur introduced me to a Goldman Sachs professional who introduced me to an entrepreneur, who introduced me to a venture capitalist, who introduced me to a head of research, who introduced me to another entrepreneur, who introduced me to a funder, who I could keep going. But it was 9 connections later, and I met my co-founder.
Fantastic.
And so headhunters, executive search people do a great job, but it really is getting in there and playing in traffic where the magic happens.
The other advice here is fly business class.